Eric, are you really sure about this? The only protection he's going to give you is a mouth guard.
I survived 4 months out there on a broken leg, a broken arm, 2 broken ribs. Different times occur, but nobody saw it.
Is this really what it's about? You took on Bruno once before. Don't you remember? You lasted 20 seconds.
Correction. I lasted 22 and a half seconds, and after a week I could eat solid foods again. So how do I look? Do I look ready to be a contender?
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have our first challenger of the night, Little Escalante. Come on, weighing in at 137 pounds. Record time with Bruno in the past, 22 and a half seconds. Taking bets at 30 seconds, starting at 2 to 1, and odds at 10 to 1 for the full 3 minutes.
Quit your bitching. He at least had the balls to face me before. Again today. But that might be the only thing left.
Reminder of the fight rules. 3 minutes, no more. All tap out. On medical care by yours truly. No arguments.
You heard it here then, folks. Okay, bets are in. Fighters, to your corners.
Alright, I guess I'm your corner man for this one. There weren't any other volunteers. Just do what you did to that one super mutant. Upper body blows. Stay out of the range of his heavier blows. You have a reach advantage, measured in millimeters.
Actually, I do believe I told you. I sneezed on that super mutant. Not sure my already will work on Bruno with any luck. One punch. I see Grandma and run Miller, and I wake up next to a pretty nurse.
Okay, fighters, take your position. Touch gloves to signal you are ready. And Eric leads off with a good jab, but Bruno is acting like he's not even feeling it. And Bruno comes back with 2 blows to the face. Ouch. Eric has gotta have felt that one. He's actually got his gloves up. He's defending himself from Bruno's jabs. Oh my god, Eric's down. We have first blood. Is he going to get up?
Jesus Christo, stop the fight. Stop the fight. Somebody get Maxwell.
Out of the way. Out of the way. Make room.
And the fight is over. Eric has tapped out. We got 42 and a half seconds on the clock. 2 to 1 payouts.
Rick, talk to me. Can you hear me?
You wanted blood. I came and delivered. You want to stand up to me. There's a price to pay. Next victim.
Maxwell, please tell me he's going to be okay.
I'm not sure, but I think so. Help me load him on a stretcher. Be very careful with his neck. He may have a minor concussion.
Jesus Christ, Bruno. You didn't have to do that to him. It's only the first fight. You could have.
Shut your hole. You think this was going to be some cakewalk to build up their sissy confidence. Wrong. Relax. You'll probably be fine. I did worse to him back in the vault, but I'll give this. He had the balls to sign up first before Maniac. Or even Jerry. And before you say, you think a super mutant or a death claw is going to take it easy on him. He already started to learn that life is hard. I'm just reinforcing the lesson.
The next one may not be as much of a pushover, and soon you'll get to the ones that could actually fight back.
Good. Maybe the next fight won't be a waste of my time. If they can't handle 3 minutes with me, then they will be dead weight for the next big bad that comes our way.
The Elite, what the holy hell was that?
That, my dear, was a boxing match. We had plenty of them down in the vault. Don't be surprised.
We're no better hope Eric recovers. I won't be as easy of a pushover for either of you.
If that's a threat, it's not a very good one. You can sign up like the rest. For either of us, either shut up or put up.
It's challenger up. Start praying for them now. After you saw what he did to little Eric. Number 2, Larry. Hey, he has a slightly better chance. Could go a full round with Bruno down in the vault. Odds are 1.1 to 1 on a minute, up to 10 to 1 on lasting the full round.
Hey, Bruno slaughtered him. How's Eric doing?
I don't know. He looked pretty bad. Maxwell has taken him to check him out. How many beers are you already up to there, Sal?
You will. We'll be glad to hear. I'm only up to 3 bottles of beer and 3 shots of whiskey. And then that glass of bourbon I had while placing my bet on Larry. I'll be okay by the time Bruno calls my number.
Seriously? You signed up after you saw what he did to Rick?
Correction. I signed up before I saw that. I think I'm number 5. So he beats the crap out of me. He did it a dozen times or so in the vault. I made it to a full round with him. Wins.
Weighing in at 225 pounds. 1 ranking. Bets are now closed.
Well, you should take it easy until then. No more blows. I'm going to check on her egg.
And down he goes. 1 minute, 9 seconds. And Bruno has barely broken a swing at tonight. I just won myself 12 caps, so there's always a silver lining. Another challenger. Let's see. Oh good, you folks will love this one. Are on my cat, the maniac, Rosa. He has a mouth on him and is a real asshole. Can he still put his money where his mouth is? We'll see.
A bunch of nothings think they'll bet against me. Most people brag about lasting a single 3 with him. I did it 6 times. And remember he said no rules.
He just tore through Larry like wet paper. He ain't playing tonight, true. He said no rules. Also said no weapons.
Maniac knows he's gonna get his speed. That's his life. But I last the full 3 and make him bleed. That's gonna change up this entire fucking game.
He's going to be overconfident. He'll figure taking you down into it. Tire him out. You might have a shot. Rabbit punch to the kidney. Cross cut to his temple. But can you last his initial barrage?
I took more beating from me Madrid's boyfriend in my first 2 games. If he tries to both charge me, I'll just bite off his fucking ear. I don't care.
I can slip you a dose of Teco if you get knocked down. As long as you can get back up at it. When do you want me to call it if this little plan of yours doesn't work?
That one is simple, my amigo. You won't call it. Get it ready. Either I go down naturally, or I'll take a quick dive. Then you sneak in to see if I want to tap out. Then watch out.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, fighters to your corners.
Careful with Maniac. If he signed up, it means he's up to something. Kim's, a hidden weapon, something.
He was checked for weapons, twice. Even issued him a mouth guard that I checked personally. If he's popped Kim's, it'd show by now. Hoping to actually break a sweat tonight. It's been very disappointing so far.
I know we discussed it, but we never actually said no Kims during the fights. Maniac wasn't half bad in the ring. He might actually be able to take the punishment. He's going to try to wear you out first.
He can take all the chems he wants. I'd rather like an actual challenge. When I was 12, my father had 6 men beat me until I could barely walk for the next month. Wouldn't have won my first match without that kind of training.
Okay, odds are set at 1.5 to 1 on 2 minutes and 4 to 1 on lasting the full round. Special bet if Maniac can bleed the bruise, also 4 to 1. Okay, Bruiser is opening up with some quick jabs, but Maniac has his gloves up. He's moving in for some quick body jabs, but Maniac's defense is still solid. Maniac is on the offense, quick and good jabs, and Bruiser is feeling it this time. Bruiser is back on the attack with some serious body blows. Can Maniac take it? And Bruiser is going for the goal. Maniac is trying to stick the move. He's down. Joe's Jim is checking on him now. Maniac is back on his feet. Amazing. He's coming right for the Bruiser. And Maniac has done it. He's struck, but this may turn out to be a serious fight after all.
Just flash a bone me, amigo. You're nothing. A Maniac is gonna take you down a big arm.
And Maniac is down, the Bruiser came back, and I'm pretty sure I heard someone snap. His corner man is trying to get him up now.
Maniac, get up now. You've still got 6 seconds left on the clock.
It's no good. He's out cold. I'm calling the fight.
Give me a minute and he'll be on his feet. Come on. Come on. Maniac.
This is a single round fight. He's done for the round. So the fight is over.
Okay, I'm getting the signal from Miklo. Fight is over. 2 minutes and 24 seconds. 6 seconds shy. But he did drew blood. We got winners and losers tonight, folks.
Alright, let's get him in a stretcher into the back so I can take a look at him. We definitely have a fractured jaw. Might have a broken rib.
I told you to be careful. That's a pretty good shiner and a small gash.
Relax, woman. It was the first halfway decent fight so far. 3 on their back, and I've barely been touched so far. I can't believe this bunch actually took down the queen. I'll give the ring over to the amateurs for the next tour while I wash up a bit. When are you taking your first one?
Take your time. I'll take the next one. It's either hit you or hit somebody else.
Just remember, if they can walk away, they haven't learned a damn thing.
How are the patients so far, Max?
Drake and Larry. Looks worse than it actually is. Maybe very mild concussions. They'll be feeling it for the better part of a week, but they'll recover quickly. Maniac is out cold. Fractured jaw. Slightly fractured rep. He's still out. Got a couple of others who already overdid it on the alcohol and kiss. But nothing too serious. Yeah.
Did anybody get the license plate of that truck?
Best to just get your rest, Rick. And no more fights. You'll feel better in there.
I feel great now. Well, okay, not great, but I beat my personal record with Bruno, and I live to tell the tale. Lessons are sometimes painful.
This wasn't bad. Former lovers turn bitter foes. Always a good streak. 2 minutes flat. Winners collect your winnings.
Sounds like I got to attend to another patient, if you'll excuse me. And I see Jolly Jim coming. Probably to complain some more about calling Maniac's fight.
I was gonna hunt up Annabelle anyway. I'm supposed to also be having some fun tonight. I try and tell myself.
Have you given any more consideration to her earlier suggestion?
I don't know. We were practically kids back then. Okay, there was that one time about 10 years ago, but it just sucks being alone sometimes. Now if you'll excuse me.
What in the hell were you thinking, calling that fight?
If you were going to yell at me, may suggest that you do out of the earshot of my patients. But make it quick. Alright, that should be far enough. What was the take on the bits?
300 caps. That's 100 for you. For our agreement. That does up. Special. Worked like a dream.
Just a bit of dilation. Enough to get him back on his feet. But not enough to beat the clock. 6 seconds she was a near perfect placement.
I'm 200 caps richer, and Bruiser is in test but not broke. This will be a pretty lucrative couple of days for us, Bob, assuming you are still on board.
Of course, good business is where you find it. What happens if Maniac finds out?
Well, as my father used to say every time he bribed one of those clones that called themselves health inspectors, business is business.
And speaking of that, I should attend to whoever didn't quite walk away from that last one. If you'll excuse me.
They're standing close. Joe lands a left hook to the body and a right.